as a boy, I cracked. I heard her laughing in the woods behind my back, and knew the devil was playing hide and seek again. Yeah. With a black top hat and a guinea sack, I turned quick to look. He hit back, and I knew he kinda wanted to be seen. But he said, "No, boy, don't run. I got bored sitting at the rising sun. I'm back. I wanna talk about your dude." He said, "I'm back in just where I could find you." Yeah. As the cocaine habit fell down from my eyes,
Howdy there.
all the
Kinley and
breeze
Burning Day.
freezing with the skies, all the withered leaves of trees are let go as the devil's storm begins to snow.
Man, I did not. I have heard and saw clips and the memes from them, and that's pretty much, I think I got the gist of it.
Yeah, you probably did.
You didn't miss out on much. I didn't know that there was anybody like less likable than Hillary Clinton. And I've watched Kamala Harris debate before, and she's just awful. God, she's awful.
She was a pious, pompous fucking bitch, man, to put it frank.
Yeah.
She was awful.
Yeah, she was just terrible. And I just listened to it on a podcast this morning. I didn't watch it last night. And so I was listening to it, and I was like, man, she is just really coming off just super bitchy. And then I watched a clip of it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, she is just super bitchy. And like, you know, usually, like, I always go to Ted Cruz. Like, Ted Cruz is, if you listen to him, he sounds really well put together. You know, like, yeah, I like that guy. And then you watch him speak, and you're just like, oh, what is wrong with his face? What about his face makes me hate him? And I thought, well, maybe it's just Kamala Harris's voice. And then I watched a little clip, and I was like, oh, she just screams bitch from her face. Like, there's nothing resting about her bitch face. It's just like active bitch face at all times.
Yeah,
It's stuck. It's just stuck.
It's stuck for sure.
Yeah,
she was a piece of work.
Yeah. Pence kind of got feisty, and you know, in the way that a grandpa can get feisty. But he is like the most boomer of all boomers I've ever seen. Like, he's like the perfect picture of a boomer.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you said it well. He's like a mannequin. You know?
Yeah.
He's a well-groomed mannequin. I've never seen anybody with such perfectly placed hair.
Mm-hmm.
It might as well be cut out of his fucking face or something.
Yeah, it's like he just got it sewn on. Like, he's like, just give me a wig, but something that just adheres to my scalp. Just sew it right on in there.
His facial expression never changes, though, ever.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
And neither does the volume of his voice. It's just like, it's monotone, and yeah, he's like a robot. But yeah, he was on his game though. He came prepared, that was for sure.
I thought he was. I thought he did pretty good. I think he he at least had consistent retaliation. You know, I don't know that there was a lot of like answers to the questions.
Oh no, there was no answers given. there was no real policy discussed. But like, he did do a really good job of just refuting Kamala Harris. And
Yeah.
it was funny is like she never really tried to attack him. She just like tried to keep it on Trump, and he was good wingman. Like he was just solid wingman.
Oh, yeah. No, he propped him up good.
He was boring as shit, but he was a good wingman.
Yeah. I will say he was very presidential in his performance compared to the last. The last debate was like, you know, a couple little shits fighting over a swing set.
Yep.
He was more refined. Kamala, I mean, her facial expressions they were the worst.
The three clips that I watched of her, it made no sense what she was talking about. Like she would just talk about like, let's talk about this, and she would venture off in the fucking left field and never come back.
Oh, it was funny is like she kept saying, she's like, well, yeah, let's talk about this. And then she would like blather on like it was like some big gotcha moment. But like I still like I don't even know what point you're trying to make. Like there was no gotcha moment. But let's talk about that. And yeah, I
didn't know either.
She just she was such a bitch.
I'm kind of to a point now where I'm just like, fuck the debates, let's vote. Let's just fucking vote. Let's get it over. You know? Stop grandstanding. Let's just move the fuck on.
Well, that's the thing is like at this point, who is undecided? Or if you're undecided, it's like you're deciding whether to vote for, you know, whatever candidate it is versus Joe Jorgensen. That's the only undecided voters. There's like who is deciding it's worth it to vote for Joe Jorgensen. That's really the only undecided. Like nobody is undecided on Trump versus Biden. Like that's been decided months ago. Justin says let's get drunk and vote. Fuck yeah. We should all go live from the polls, like just drunker than fuck.
Yeah, don't fill in your fucking ballot. If you can go to the goddamn grocery store or the liquor store, you can fucking vote.
Yeah.
Yep.
Show up. Make a plan.
Hey, we miss you too, lady. Congratulations to Haley Johnson now. I married those fuckers. Yeah,
hopefully
it was pretty cool.
Maddie.
Yeah, I think it will. Old Chaz is the kind of the silent stoic type, but I bet he keeps her in line. Yeah, I just at this point, like I sent a screenshot to the Snap group today, and it was CNN was like, "Are the Republicans in trouble in the Senate for 2022?" I was like, "Oh, you guys are you lost this one. You lost the presidency, and you're probably gonna lose the House and the Senate. So they're just like moving on to 2022 now."
And the Supreme Court.
Yeah, Supreme. Yeah, supposedly Pelosi is going to try to impeach him over that, and I'm not sure. Not
Here
for
we
sure.
go again, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
How many times is it going to happen?
Bitch. I want
I'm
Pelosi
predicting
to
at least
on,
2 more.
Now,
I'm predicting 2 more.
At least.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll refrain. If it will not happen again if the Republicans take back the House, but if the Dems keep the House, yeah, they are going to just try impeachment all day long until they're either voted out of power or his term ends. Because at that point, what else do they have left? I mean, they've tried everything. Like the fucker got COVID and he's out there in his little Pope mobile, and like he might as well show up to his next rally like with Kid Rock behind him playing a guitar with just eagles screeching and red, white, blue cannons. Because like if you can't get him on impeachment, you can't get him on Stormy Daniels, and you can't get him on fucking COVID. You ain't stopping the motherfucker. That is like the definition of a unstoppable force.
The tweet was the best. I'm assuming y'all saw that.
Which one was it?
About the doctor said, I don't have DNA, I have USA.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, God damn it! Like you can't write a better comedy. The only thing that would have made it better is if he had an actual Pope mobile and he was just like cruising around with like a t-shirt cannon, just shooting shirts everywhere that said "fuck COVID."
I saw a tweet that said something along the lines of how the American people have been locked up for 8 fucking months basically because of COVID.
You froze, Jesse. Oh, there we go.
Did I wake up?
You woke up. Maybe that was on my end. I'm not for sure, but yeah, me and Jake were talking about that one just a minute ago. Like, yeah, old fat dude who lives off of Diet Coke and Big Macs, and he whooped it in 3 days. Like,
yeah.
Now, his simulation theory, man, come on. Like, if this year hasn't got you on board with simulation theory, I don't know what will. Like, it's like we're playing a fucking video game. Like, I wonder what the big boss is going to be. You know, there's always like the big boss at the end of the video game. It's like Hill Dog resurrected and she becomes like Mecha Hill Dog, like Mecha Streisand. Oh fuck, man! It's God damn it. I hate to laugh at all of it because, like, pretty sure we're headed for civil war at least at some level. But God damn it, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
Well, hell, what else are you supposed to do?
I don't know. I was just like, well, just laugh at how absurd the whole fucking thing is. Oh, the boss will be a Karen. Chase Gibson, you are 100% right. Chase Gibson of Rockin' G Cutlery with me and Jesse both have knives from him now. They're pretty badass.
Yeah. They're pretty badass. I cut shit just to cut shit now.
Yeah, the boss will be some sort of mecha Karen. It was. It might be Kamala Harris.
I hope not.
Oh, she's awful. God, she's awful.
She is just. She is.
Chief Paleface come out of nowhere.
There you go.
I wonder sometimes, like when you look at how the election is set up. So we've got the Electoral College, which they'll bitch about, which for whatever reason, I happen to believe with the Electoral College was genius. It was, however unfair it may be, I don't give a shit. It's for one time the little guy sticking it to the big guy, and that's set in stone pretty much. So I'm okay with that because I'll always be from a state that has no voting power. But the Electoral College gives us some sort of semblance of representation. So, but, there's a good argument if you believe in a pure democracy that it should be the popular vote. But no, I'm not going to go on that. But you look up, so you got the Electoral College, which means you've got to get a whole bunch of states in the middle of the country. You know, from Oregon all the way down to California is going to vote Democrat every way. And from Maine all the way down to about Virginia is going to vote Democrat the whole fucking way. And then, everywhere else is kind of a toss up except for the middle of the country is pretty goddamn red. But the rest of the coast is kind of hit or miss. But you know that you have to pick off some states in the middle of the country. And you're going to do that with a super progressive cop from California and an old fucking money white dude from Delaware.
Yeah.
And you're running on the Green New Deal. You're running on free college for everyone, and you're running on Black Lives Matter, not the sentiment, but the actual organization. Where are you going to pick up anybody in the middle of the country? Like are you there? It's like they're actively trying to lose. Like Amy Klobuchar was doing pretty good in the Democratic primaries. You know, like she wasn't going to win, but she was holding her ground, and she's from Minnesota. You know, she might have been able to pick up a couple of the upper Midwest states. No, you pass on her and you get Kamala Harris. Because she checks all the oppression Olympic boxes. She's a woman. She's a person of color.
Yeah.
You know, all those boxes she checks. But she is a savage cop who put more black men in jail than any other district attorney in the country. So not only are you turning off the middle of the country, but you're turning off the inner city black guy. There's like, no, fuck that bitch.
If I was a owner of prisons, I'd be all about Kamala Harris, man. If I owned prisons, that'd be voting for her. You know,
you'd be all
she's
about
gonna fill
Joe
into the
Biden. Yeah, because Joe Biden laid down the path for him to get there.
Yeah. Well, and what was her little plug about marijuana, which I thought was fucking hilarious because she's incarcerated more African American, black people, whatever you want to call the race thing, for possession of marijuana than any other DA in the entire country.
Yeah.
And she's on this pro marijuana platform now. Like, what?
Well, she put something like 1,500 black guys in prison, in state prison for marijuana, nonviolent marijuana offenses. And then they asked her if she had smoked weed, and then she admitted that she had and laughed about it. You are just a heartless fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden helped write that law.
Yeah. The only thing he did in 47 years. There you go.
Yeah. And it's just insane. I really don't understand their tactics. Are they like, is the Democratic Party that afraid of these far leftists that like that's who they have to pander to, or like what is it?
Yeah, I don't know what the end game is there, man.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
Go back 12 years, not that long. John Kerry was the nomination. Like, John Kerry is about as milquetoast as it gets. And now... and then you're like... And he was almost as milquetoast as Barack Obama. I mean, he was the first black president, but I mean, come on, I'm blacker than Barack Obama. Shit. And then you go to, it's still a milquetoast old white guy, but like you're pushing like the far left extreme, all these minority groups that yell the loudest. That's who you're catering to. But like you have to know, like your internal polling and shit should tell you that like there's not that many of those people out there, and not many that agree with them. So like, why are you catering to them? Like I don't get that.
No, I don't think it's supposed to make sense, Matt.
Yeah, simulation.
Supposed to make, yeah, I mean it is what it is. I really would like to know if anybody has ever been swayed by a presidential debate, like if they've ever been on the fence and a presidential debate has really made it or broke it for them. You know, because I don't think it has. I feel like it's all just bullshit.
The first televised one between Nixon and Kennedy when Nixon was sweating like a stuck hog, and that one I think is probably the only presidential debate that swayed an election.
I went around
because they polled the people that only listened to it on the radio, because that was back in the, what was that, 58 or something like that. So there was still,
I think that was chapter 4 of my history book, somewhere in there.
Yeah. But anyhow, like, you're probably talking more than half the country doesn't have a television at this point. And so they polled the people who watched him on television and the people who listened to it. And the people who listened to it thought Nixon won. And the people who watched it are like, oh, that guy is just a fat slob. just pouring sweat all over himself.
I did think it was interesting that they were sitting down this time. And I think it's interesting only because I feel like that's sort of setting the stage for the next debate, because Biden could barely stand up that fucking long. You know, so it was like a primer to make sure he can be seated for the next one.
Yeah, so he doesn't knock his teeth through the back of his skull. Like it just drops.
How cool would that be, though?
It just bites that fucking podium. Shoves a denture through his brain. Oh, fuck. And
I love it.
We're laughing because that's a legit possibility. I mean, that could actually happen. That could actually happen. I mean, just look at the guy.
Well, he looked like he was in pain that whole debate.
Oh, he looked like Skeletor. Like his face was all tight.
Yeah. He was popping pills for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
the one-liners got him, though. I mean, there's just nothing to get it.
No, fucking Trump. Like, he was leaning on the podium. He was having a good old time. He didn't give a fuck. That fucking guy.
I like it too at the end of all the debates when their spouses come to greet them, you know, as the camera pans out or whatever. Yeah. And then like Biden walks up, Jill's got a fucking mask that's like so goddamn big on her face, you know, that you can barely see her eyes. And then Kamala's husband did the same fucking thing, and then they kissed each other through the mask, you know. I was like, wow, that's impressive.
The propaganda machine just never stops. It never fucking stops.
No.
Oh my God.
The old turbo on that deal.
Dude, Trump was in the hospital for what, 4 days? 3-4 days? Yep. And they were already talking about using the 25th Amendment on him. Like 2 days in. You're like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, you can see he's doing fine. He's putting out videos, and they're like all this suspicion from Trump's physicians. Yeah, like it just never stops. It just never fucking stops.
On day 2, he was on number 5 Big Mac and number 26 Diet Coke, just fucking going.
Just going. He's probably on his like 5th line of Coke too, and just ripping rails, just pounding Big Macs, just doing president shit. Fucking guy.
He didn't find and they found USA.
God damn. Yeah, like if he's not just dropping eagles when he shows up at his next his next rally, he's wasting everybody's time. Like, you're basically Chuck Norris at this point. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like you're John Wayne.
Right. He's gonna say something about kicking the Chinese flu's ass or something. It'll be something like that. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
No, it'll work. And
hardcore liberals will be fucking seizing all over the place, you know.
Oh, they're so pissed that he didn't die. They are so fucking pissed that he didn't die. It's wild. What a wild fucking time that we live in. I don't understand any of it, but god damn it, it's fun.
But here we are.
Yep.
I wish that
the best thing about the corona thus far has been that the NFR is coming to Texas and the PBR World Finals is coming to Texas. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vegas is going to have a tough time coming back from this whole deal.
Yep.
I think the old beef sales is skyrocketed. I don't think I could have pulled this whole platform off, honestly, without the old Rona.
Yep.
You know, little meat shortage here and there, some weird tactics. Fuck. It worked.
Dude, we are, so today is October 8th. So we're 3/4 of the way through the year. And we started off New Year's with a bang. Trump nuked old Soleimani, just about got us into World War III. They're like, oh, fuck, this is going to be a doozy of a year. Mm-hmm. And then Kobe dies in a helicopter accident. And and then the Rona hits us. And we had Joe Exotic right at the beginning of the Rona, and that's when the lockdown was cool. Everybody was just happy not to have to go to work, and they had some good entertainment, and everybody was watching it. Everybody's in pretty good spirits, and then Joe Exotic ends. Then we got the Murder Hornets, and then we got George Floyd, and fuck, it's just been one thing after a fucking another. This is like the 37th year of 2020.
No.
And still a lot can happen before it's over. We're going to have a civil war, right? I mean, who knows?
It is just insane.
It's going to be real bad if they start fucking with everybody's deer season down here. Whenever everybody in the South loses a fucking whitetail season, it's fucking on then. That's it.
Oh, it's I don't know exactly, because I don't think Trump supporters are going to go out and have these huge protests. I don't see that happening. But I guarantee you all these liberal cities are going to burn unless Biden wins. Unless Biden wins by enough that it's decided on election night. Other than that, Portland's going to continue to burn. LA, San Francisco, all those cities are going to fucking burn. And I think you're going to see Trump invoke the Insurrection Act and just send in the National Guard and just squash it. And from what happens from there, I don't know, but I think that's what's going to happen.
At that point, who gives a shit what happens after that one?
Seriously, some old boy was trying to get me to join the Confederate Cowboys of America Association or some shit like that. And their two biggest beefs are that they want to re-educate people about is something about the Wild West and the War of Northern Aggression. So basically, you're just really, really upset still that the South lost the Civil War. So I get that. But they're just like, this old boy is like, you'll be joining us at some point. I was like, no, I'm gonna go find a place in the hills, and I'll wait it out. So you guys let me know who won, and I'll come above ground. And I'll go back to hating the government.
Yeah, and it sure shit ain't gonna be in the South.
No,
maybe the Southwest, but
yeah, I don't know. Like outside the big cities, I don't think much is gonna happen. And
I could see Trump supporters rallying if fucking Biden won. I could see, because I feel like probably 95% of them would not be able to accept that, because we would all feel like it's fucking straight up fraud, right?
Yeah,
like it just doesn't seem possible.
You think we're gonna have a winner on election night?
No, I think it's going to be the most up election ever in the history of the country ever.
I think so too.
My guess.
I would venture to say December is when we might find out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be back to like was it Bush in 2000 when they had to recount Florida?
Yeah.
But
yeah, fucking Florida.
Fucking Florida.
Yeah, if the fucking USPS can't even deliver something 65 miles away and takes them fucking 9 days to get it here, I don't really think a piece of paper with a ballot on it's going to make it anywhere close in any given point of time quickly at all.
No.
Yeah, well, a good kind of brain study type deal is write yourself pull out $1,000 cash and send it to yourself. Like, go to the post office and drop it off. And if you trust the post office to do that, then mail-in voting is fine. If not,
fucking way, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Fuck, I sponsored a horse clinic, and the shirts that were supposed to go out got there a week later. the clinic had come and gone, and horses were made that day, and my shirts were sitting in fucking Billings.
They were in fucking Billings?
Yeah, pretty sure.
That's
of course. I got it. It said it went from picked up at the post office, got sent to Reno, and then it was just like in transit until it got delivered. And then it's next notification I got, it's delivered, Broadus, Montana. But
I was talking to go ahead.
Oh, I said, but for 12 days it just said in transit. Last destination was Reno.
It's fucked up. I was talking to so we go through a lot of dry ice, with shipping beef. And I was talking to my distributor here a couple days ago, and she was saying that it's been crazy for her shipping stuff. And she was asking me if I've had any grief with it. And so far, I haven't, but I don't use a fucking post office. Obviously I use UPS. So it's different, but she paid an extra $180 to get something overnighted. And it sat in fucking Vegas for a week, and she couldn't get her money back, but she said she's been running into that all the time. And these are like a major distributor of all kinds of different goods, like, oxygen, acetylene, welding supplies, all kinds of different things, and restaurant supplies and stuff. And anyway, you can't even trust, overnight. Like, what does that even mean anymore when they feel like it?
Well, we just closed on our house in Kansas, on the 30th. Well, no, it was the 1st, because we sent it overnight. So 30th was on a Wednesday, I believe, something like that. And we sent it Monday afternoon or Tuesday. Yeah, we stayed overnight anyways, but it was a day and a half getting there. So we ended up having to push our closing a day. But luckily, I mean, there was no harm done. But yeah, there's like, well, there's really no overnight anymore.
Yeah. What Amazon Prime is now like, what, 5 days or some shit?
They basically have
3 to 5, I think.
I think our valley is scheduled for like 1 day a week Prime delivery. You know, UPS runs every day, but like there's only 1 day that Amazon gets delivered. It's
all because of the Rona.
Yeah, I'd say Trump fucked up by declaring a national emergency, and and that, like, he would have skated through everything if he would have just kept it open. Like, he would have got some flack because there would have been a bunch of people die right up front, just like Sweden did. They didn't shut down, and then they saw a huge uptick for Sweden, but all told, they don't have an increase in new cases. They don't have an increase in deaths, and all told, I don't know what their population is, but they had 6,000 dead from COVID, and their economy only took like a 15% hit, as opposed to like we're probably pushing 40% at this point.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
Yeah. And only thing they did was like ban like huge gatherings. Like you couldn't go to an arena, a packed arena or something like that. But everything else, it was just like, go about your life. And now they've reached herd immunity, and we lost a third of our economy in a quarter, in 1 quarter.
Yeah.
Fucking
it's scary,
wild,
man. It's going to take a long fucking time for recovery.
What's crazy too is, Florida was talking so much about how rampant it was there, and they, I think like 2 weeks ago, literally opened everything back up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
we in Montana here, we've been having for some reason a sudden spike in reported cases. I think we're at like 7,000 now or some shit. But anymore, man, I just feel like how can you believe the reported numbers? Like
right.
Say that that's even accurate, and how are they coming up with it? And some prime minister in some African country sent in goat blood and human blood, and they both came up positive for coronavirus. Like, you just can't trust any of this shit.
No,
no, it's and you just look at the CDC. Like, wear masks, don't wear masks.
Yeah,
masks make all the difference in the world. Masks are not effective. That all came out of the CDC. So, like, what the fuck? Rebound.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb. Well, I love it too. With the fires too. Like, CDC released that statement saying that your masks are not going to help you prevent any kind of issue with smoke, but they'll save you from the fucking coronavirus.
Yeah,
like a quarter of the size of a smoke particulate.
Yep.
Like, okay. I mean, I ain't a rocket scientist, but whatever.
It's absolute. It has gotten just plumb idiotic is what it is. I mean, I don't care. Of course, we have a certain name that we call those people that ride around in their own cars with the mask on, with the gloves on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got those even in Montana, man. I passed a Suburban full of them here the other day, man. The mom driving had her mask on. The 2 kids in the back seat had their masks on, and the fucking husband in the passenger seat didn't. Of course, he had his window down, but I was like, holy, we all live together, and you fucking wear it.
I don't think I'm that much different from most of the rest of America, but like, I had to clean out grain bins when I was growing up, and the dust was bad. We got the N95 dust masks. I hated them because I couldn't breathe. And then you'd get to where you'd have to go outside, catch a breather, and you look at the inside of the mask. And this was when I was like 14. Look at the inside of the mask, and there's a bunch of dust on the inside. Now, if we're supposed to believe science, a virus is about 1,000 times smaller than the finest dust particle. And yet we are supposed to just go along and believe that these masks are going to help spread stop the spread of a virus that is 1,000 times smaller than the dust particle that makes it through your mask. Are we just supposed to pretend? Jesus Christ. But if you don't wear a mask, you just want people to die.
Yeah, you're being a selfish prick because you're not protecting everybody around you. I'm so fucking tired of hearing that argument. And it's hard not to believe that it's about making people continue to be sheep, But I used to do a bunch of drywall work in high school. Same thing, Matt. Same thing you're talking about. You wear an N95 mask while you're sanding sheetrock, sheetrock mud all day. You take that fucking thing off and your face is covered under that mask with white dust,
Yep.
How the fuck did that get through the mask? And nobody talks about facial hair, according to OSHA, there isn't a mask out there that's going to save me from H2S gas because I have a fucking beard.
Yep.
Okay, well,
there ain't a mask on Earth that's going to stop this stash, buddy. There ain't a mask on Earth that's going to stop this bad boy.
See, that's the problem. People don't realize it. They just think, we can wear a mask or whatever. And
I could see that.
She hates. What were you saying, Jake? She hates the stash.
I say people don't understand. When they wear a mask, okay, you can wear your little cotton mask, or you can wear a fucking lace thong, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's no consistency in the type of mask at all. And the surgeon mask thing, right? That's the sort of seems to be the CDC approved mask, which strikes me hilarious because those are masks worn by surgeons in a 100%, supposedly 100% sterile environment, right?
Oh, yeah.
That ain't the fucking grocery store. That ain't the liquor store. That ain't the post office. It's bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. It's a simulation, Matt. God damn it.
Well, a great example I heard on a podcast the other day. By the way, the Black Rifle guys finally got on Rogan. It was awesome. It's a great podcast. So Evan Hafer and Matt Best, you can skip my podcast and listen to that one. Some real shit got talked on a big platform. That was a pretty big deal. But Evan Hafer was talking about walking through an airport and he saw some gal with a knitted, a crocheted mask.
Yeah.
You can see through the holes.
How the fuck?
But that's acceptable. That's acceptable because you have a face covering.
Yeah, nobody will give her shit for that at all.
No.
You bet.
And Robbie, when he flew, had the mesh mask.
Yeah.
That is acceptable because you have a nose and mouth covering.
What didn't he just wear a piece of lingerie?
Maybe so.
I feel like Robbie just wore some lingerie. Oh.
It was his lingerie. Let's make it clear. It was a G-string, but it was his G-string, god damn it.
Something smells fishy here.
Oh, and there's a nanner joke for you. We didn't have a dick joke this week, but we got a poon joke.
There it is. Thanks, Robbie, for sponsoring you. Damn
it! I was gonna make a Venmo and I forgot to do that. That's gonna be a staple every bull session. I'm gonna put you can tip for the dick joke of the episode.
I love it.
Oh, fuck! I was kind of expecting the other guys to show up, and I don't know what everybody's busy right now. I understand that, but yeah, we kind of turned into a kind of a deep topic here, but that's all right. I like it. It's one of those things when you're out by yourself all the time. Like we talk back and forth, just texting and shit, but it's good to just sit down and hash shit out. Like if nothing else, just to keep your sanity. Fuck, I mean, like,
yeah.
It seems like the world is just falling apart at the seams. But if you just look at your regular life, I mean, time marches on. I mean, there's still cattle to feed, cattle to take care of. Still got to get my kids to school, whatever, it's just life keeps on going. Yeah, but it's good to just sit down and fucking, I especially here on this type of deal, see how shit's going in different parts of the world, because we got Nevada, Montana, and Arkansas. But it's also good just check in. Like, is it just me? Am I going fucking paranoid over here? But no, it's just like that's the world we're living in. We're all in the same simulation.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fucking wild, man. It is fucking wild. I do think, like every generation has had that like one defining moment. The greatest generation had World War II, and we've had like the lamest defining moment for a generation ever.
And I really hope it ain't fucking coronavirus, for Christ's sake, man.
I think it is, and I fucking hate it. Like that is the most non-metal defining moment ever. Like fuck, my old man had Vietnam, like where they were straight up killing babies and shit. Like that was a metal defining moment. Like COVID-19 is the oh fuck, it is the millennial defining moment if there ever was one.
So millennial.
In safe spaces.
In safe places.
We had the most organic, free range, artisan defining moment of all time.
Ever.
And we haven't even come up with a good drug like LSD.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
seriously. Like the 80s, you had the fall of the Soviet Union, and you had cocaine, baby. Woo! we got some really good weed and COVID-19. That's about it. And yeah, you almost want to tell the hippies, you go back in time, tell the hippies to stop. Like, no, just stay with the ditch weed. Like, if you get too good as shit, people get soft. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't legalize weed. Keep weed dangerous so pussies don't go get it. I don't know.
We've been having high schoolers come out here trying to steal some of our fucking hemp because they don't know that it's not marijuana.
That's awesome. Do you just like wait out there for them and just give them a baggie like it's trick or treating?
Yeah, I mean, you walk outside in the mornings and it's starting to dry down, so it's rank as hell. It smells just like weed. Our whole fucking ranch smells like marijuana, but it's such a letdown, I mean, it's flaccid as fuck, like Jake said. But you get the smell. It smells great, but I just watch these kids. They pull up, they're on their way to school and shit. No, one of them, they must like take bets or whatever. It's like a dare. They run out in the field, grab a fucking plant, run back to their truck, take off, burn out. I just know, man, they got the worst head for their fucking life waiting for them.
It goes good when they're pounding the beans for them and the nice hard lemonade, okay?
Yeah. They've got a 15 pack of Keystone Light to split between 9 of them.
Hell yeah.
Natty Ice out here, man. Natty Ice.
Oh fuck,
yes.
Natty Ice. Yeah. The beast.
No, but let's keep it there. Let's don't talk about natural light. It's natural light's a real thing.
I'm a Coors guy, so I was a Keystone all day.
I'm straight Buckskins if I'm drinking beer.
That's kind of. I'll drink just about anything, but I like something around like a Coors Original. So like Modelo Especial is pretty good. That's pretty well the same thing. Like Lone Star is about the same as a Budweiser or Coors. Like that's kind of my go-to. What are you sipping on tonight? Are you doing how many whiskeys you got down?
I think I'm on my 4th. This is Bobcat out of Bozeman, Montana.
Oh, nice. You guys got a bunch of distilleries up there.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sweet. I'm awesome. Starting to realize how spoiled we are since we're doing this Scotchtober deal. But
since we're at it, let's talk about sophisticated shit and let's talk about Stetson ranches.
Yeah,
how about that?
Nice.
Hey, we got my good buddy Jese Stetson here from Fromberg, Montana, the lead sponsor of Burning Daylight, Stetson Ranches. We got a very diversified, multi-generational ranch looking to be even more multi-generational. And to do that, you got to diversify, don't you, Jesse?
Yes, sir.
Got to have multiple. Yes, sir. Diversity is key. We're living in the woke culture, so diversity is key. So what do you got? You got industrial hemp getting right in on the ground floor. I think that's a market that's going to just take the fuck off here in about 2 to 5 years, somewhere in that range. And you guys are like, you're getting in good. You're getting your genetics all honed in. Like that. That's going to be something that like is going to pay off for a long time. Your mom,
yeah,
got some of the best quarter horses money can buy right now. Pretty badass stuff.
I'd like to say.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like I've seen. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I just was saying she's got a hell of a breeding program, man. I mean, it's all foundation shit. Peppy Sam Badger, Two-Eyed Jack, Zan Parbar, Poco Bueno, all on the papers, and not like fucking great grandkids,
No, like on the physical set of papers, I've seen them. They're and like proven good bloodlines, awesome bloodlines. Good-minded mares too. That's the big part. Is like they're really good-minded. And then shit, you got some of the best beef that you can buy on planet Earth. You got USDA Prime coming right out of Fromberg. Got F1 Black Baldy Cross calves, and coming to your door. What, $6.95 a pound?
$6.95 a pound. We deliver nationwide. Stetson Ranch's beef. We're prime every fucking time. I guarantee it.
Bam. Go check him out. And then we got go ahead.
You can find us at stetsonranches.com. You can peruse all of our different beef options. You can check out all our fillies and colts for sale. You can see all our brood mares, our upcoming stallions. Everything's right there on the website. You can order from the website, contact me or any of my family members right through the website. It's all there. So there you go.
Do I have to buy a whole beef?
I can, we've cut her down to an 1/8 quarter, half, or whole. I've been selling 8ths like they're going out of style. People really like that. That's a 65-pound package. You get an assortment of cuts, T-bones, porterhouse, barbecue ribs, prime rib steaks, all that good stuff, plus some burger. All for about the average price of hamburger across the country. So $6.95 a pound.
The hell of a deal, folks. Go check them out. StetsonRanches.com. Awesome. We also got Loma Livestock. My good buddy George, I think he's preparing for a sale tomorrow, but try to get him on tonight. But, busy guy. We all know how that goes. They're up there in Loma, Colorado, 1369 12.5 road to be exact. They got a sale going tomorrow. They got cows and bulls and kind of some coal stuff going through tomorrow. Mondays, they got their feeder sales. Cattle are moving right now, aren't they, Jesse?
Yes, sir.
But cattle going everywhere right now. But yeah, we got the feeder sale at 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Monday, and we got cows and bulls and your assortment type stuff on Friday, also at 10 a.m. George is doing a lot of cool stuff with some of his data tracking with high frequency tags. It all sounds kind of weird, but at the end of the day, it's bringing some value to your bottom line. You're not just selling cows. Like he's able to target you and different buyers where your cattle are going to perform better in different type of different environment. It's a very analytic world that we live in nowadays, and George is kind of right on top of that, and that's probably the reason why that and a lot of hard work and good people, but that's why they're known as the best goddamn sale barn in North America. So if you can't make their sale, you should be ashamed of yourself, but not too much, because you can check them out online. Go to dvauction.com, click on the Loma Livestock tab. You can watch the sale live and you can bid right there. You got any other questions? Give them a holler, 970-858-9988. Or check them out online, lomalivestock.com, or Loma Livestock on Facebook and Instagram. Go check out these guys. Really, really happy that they're part of the show, helping me out a bunch. And you guys should go check them out.
We're happy to be a part of it, Maddie.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It does make makes a world of difference. I bought all my studio equipment from you and George helping me out, so it's pretty awesome. I do appreciate it, and I think it makes a difference in the long run. But yeah. So what are you sipping on, Jesse?
This is Bobcat Gold.
Bobcat, that's right. Yeah, I got Pendleton.
Hey, you guys, real quick. What I'm sipping on? Oh, there you go.
Jake is on duty, so he is sipping on water. Oh, he's from Arkansas, so they probably just mainline Mountain Dew there, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got some Pendleton. I stand by my statement. It's an overrated whiskey. I'm not saying it's a bad whiskey.
Yeah.
I just think I don't think it's as good as everybody thinks it is. It's a good whiskey, don't get me wrong. I've drank a lot of it, and I've enjoyed pretty much the entire time. It's a little pricey for what you get, though.
Yeah, right. I agree. I agree. Good shit, but definitely makes up.
You can tell. So Sam started this whole Scotchtober adventure that we're on now, and you can tell it was Sam that started it because Sam's a young married guy with no kids, making a pretty decent living. And he was like, "Yeah, we should try 31 different whiskeys." And I was like, I will not be married if I buy 31 bottles of whiskey in the month of October. Like it just, and I was trying to go through the math in my head real quick, and I was like, man, even 31 shooters, that's pushing it. That's a lot of booze, and so that's why I was like, yeah, if you can make a different drink, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just make different drinks and plus the store down the road has Bullet, Wild Turkey, Jameson, and Bird Dog, and that's it. So. Yeah, and so then I got to drive to town to go get other stuff, and then that store might have another 5 or 6 different types of whiskey, and that's it. So then I've got to go even farther into town, and it's a whole deal. So like, I'll buy I may buy 10 bottles of whiskey this month, but I'm going to make drinks out of all of them.
It will not be wasted money, man. You can tell Ro.
Well, Ro was she was on board, but she if I make her one whiskey drink and she's done. So like all I would need is a shooter, and then she would have that But if I bought a bottle of whiskey and it was just Ro drinking, that same bottle of whiskey would be there 20 years from now, and. And me being the guy I am, I just can't have good whiskey sitting around like that. I mean, come on, we're gonna drink good whiskey. We're gonna drink good whiskey. Yeah, seriously. Yep. I mean, there's a shelf life on that stuff. I think. I don't know.
No, it doesn't make it that long.
No,
yeah,
you got a week.
That's that's how I treat it. It's if it's there over a week, I mean, that's probably not any good anymore. So get it drank.
Might as well, at that point, you might as well just kill it.
Yeah, kill it. That's the only way.
Yeah, exactly.
So are y'all Jameson fans?
I like Jameson
fans. I don't.
Well, if you kind of can taste, I mean, if you can tolerate the taste, Conor McGregor has got his proper 12.
I've heard that was good.
It's fan-fucking-tastic. Fantastic.
That's what Robbie said too.
Except there's only problem, they don't tell you about it. When you drink it, you do start having the Irish accent, a kilt in the back pipe comes out, and you want to fight every motherfucker there is.
Every motherfucker around you.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, see, I'm lucky because I'm lucky because I just got married in July, man. So I got a shit ton of bottles gifted to me. So that I've never tried. Like I just opened this shit tonight. I've never even heard of it. So somebody gave it to me. I don't know who the fuck it was, but thank you.
You had a bunch of that shit on your wedding day. Like you had about 7 different bottles, and the only one I recognized was Pendleton. And like I wouldn't say that I'm super into whiskey, but like I dabble a little bit. Like I know some obscure brands. But Pendleton was the only one that I knew on the table there, and I was like, "What?" Like, and they were all from Montana too. Like, they're all Montana. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, generous friends, man.
Are you a Maker's Mark fan?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck, that's my go-to. That is my go-to if I'm at the bar. Just Maker's on the rocks.
Yeah, Maker's is good shit for sure.
We don't have a very big variety per se. I mean, like you might find some like some higher end stuff every once in a while, but it pretty much is your Jack, your Jim's, your Kentucky Tavern, your Kentucky Deluxe, all that good stuff. But that damn Jim Beam Devil's Cut though.
I like. I've said for a long time, Jim Beam in general, doesn't matter what kind you get, is a very underrated whiskey. Like, it's cheap, but it's pretty solid.
It seems to have like a reputation that it doesn't deserve. I don't know how
that's what I'm saying. I think Jack has a way inflated ego compared to Jim Beam. Like I'll take Jim Beam over Jack 10 times out of 10. And
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's 100%. Way cheaper, and it's I think it's a way better whiskey.
Yeah.
Even their cheap shit. I mean, like I think it's the white cap is like the bottom of the barrel stuff. Yeah. And even that's better than Jack Daniels, I think.
Yeah. Now I will say that is it Jack Daniels a single barrel? That shit's pretty good. I mean,
well, Gentleman Jack's pretty legit. Yeah. But if you're just going old number 7, there's a lot better whiskey than that.
My all-time favorite whiskey. I mean, I got a lot of bottles to work through this month, but forever has been Crown XL, man, or XR. I mean, XR is that's damn good shit. But
see, I'm just not a big Canadian whiskey guy.
Man, you gotta. It's $160 bottle of whiskey. Like,
I've had it. It's good stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. I just like, I'm a bourbon guy. Like, bourbon is my go-to. Bourbon, then probably Irish whiskey. Canadians. I'll take Canadian whiskey over Scotch. I'm not a Scotch drinker, particularly. Like I've had some really expensive Scotch that was really good. It just seemed, I don't know, bourbon's a more working man type habit than Scotch. Like, if you're gonna nerd out, it's a lot cheaper to nerd out on bourbon than it is Scotch.
Well, this is my theory, and it's been my theory for years. It's cheaper and better for my soul if I puke up KD than fucking $100 bottle of whatever.
That's what I was just going to say.
You're 100% right there.
You got to charge $150 for a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
Come on, Canada, get your shit together.
Oh, bastards!
It is damn good though. I do like it.
Yeah, I don't know, like, Canadian whiskey is like, it has always been like the cowboy whiskey, and I don't know, I don't mind it, but I like bourbon. Like that's my go-to whiskey is bourbon. But a lot of it's like they don't blend bourbon. There's no blending. It's like you get what you get.
Right.
And if they're only aging it for 3 years, it's probably only going to cost you about $10 a gallon. But you know that going in.
I'm prepared to make that decision.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you're gonna spend $150 on a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, you know it's gonna be some pretty fucking good shit because it's been in a barrel for 15 years.
Yep. So I'm a classy broad. I'll drink Kentucky Tavern at $9.97 a fifth, but I'm not going to drink Sam's Choice or Great Value. I'm actually going to go real Coke if we're going to mix it.
Oh yeah, I mean obviously. And if you're going to be super classy, you get the Mexico Coke made with real sugar.
Yes.
Yeah.
This shit's good though.
So what were your grandpa's drinks, man? My grandpa loved VO and water. That was his go-to. VO and water.
Seagram's VO.
Yeah.
Oh, see, my grandpa was Canadian Hunter.
Oh,
yeah.
My papa, he was a Jim Beam guy.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
Well, that's a little classier than mine. Fuck. BO and water.
I'd say
man.
Canadian Hunter is about as rock gut as it gets. That is the most blended of blended whiskeys there ever will make. It's everything that's left over from any of the Canadian whiskey distilleries gets mixed together and makes Canadian Hunter. I come from what we call a long line of recreational alcoholics. Like they could probably, well, not probably. I know they could afford better stuff, but they were very competitive about what kind of deal they could get on booze. So whatever was the deal of the day, that's what they drank. And for example, my dad at my wedding, or I guess at the rehearsal dinner, that's kind of a funny story. We were supposed to have a kef fry for my rehearsal dinner. Had this guy, and I was going to go pick up 150 pounds of nuts to cook for this rehearsal dinner. And a buddy of mine is like, no, I'll get him. Okay. And I said, are you sure? I got to go over that day anyways. I had like a fitting or something that I had to go into Garden City for the day of the rehearsal dinner. I said, I'm going to be in there. I'll pick him up. No, I got it. It's my treat, whatever. So I go do all my other shit, and we do the rehearsal, and should have been cooking nuts, and Jim Bob is nowhere there with the kef fries. And luckily, my dad came prepared, and he brought about an extra 50 pounds of hamburger, and we made hamburgers. But he was in at the Los Animas, Colorado liquor store, and their special of the day, the soup du jour, if you will, happened to be hams, 30 pack for $9.99. And so he bought 7 of them, I think. And he had a whole bunch of meat in coolers on ice, but he had no room for beers. So the beers sat outside, and he grilled hamburgers and drank hot hams because he got a fucking screaming deal on hams that day.
That was German as fuck.
Oh. Yeah, no shit. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, $9.99 for a 30 pack of hams, and I think he bought 7
It's
of
like
them.
that. What is that shit called? Frio?
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh my God, it's terrible. Fucking terrible.
I had that one time. It was not good. It was like,
Did you
remember beer?
The 6
beer
O's or the
30?
other one?
I don't know if I had the 6 O's or not, but no, I was in Oklahoma, so probably not.
No, fucking against.
Yeah, beer 30 was the same way. Like, you heading out, buddy?
I gotta go.
He's got to go.
All right, man.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Be
you
good,
too,
Jesse.
man. Cheers, buddy. We'll see you later. Oh shit, Hal. Yeah, we're. I think we did all right, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, shit, we got a one person still hanging in there. So thanks for watching, and yeah, move your ass. We're burning daylight.
All the hills turned black as the boy cracked. I heard her laughing in the woods behind my back, and knew the devil was playing hide and seek again. Yeah. With a black top hat and a guinea sack, I turned quick to look. He hit back, and I knew He kinda wanted to be sane, but he said, no, boy, don't run. I got bored sitting at the rising sun. I'm back, I wanna talk about your dude. He said, I'm back, be just where I could find you, yeah. As the cocaine habit fell down from my eyes, all the breeze would freeze in with the skies. All the withered leaves of trees are let go as the devil's storm begins to snow. We had a falling out last Christmas till them snowflakes hit your head, and with the cold I sent a memory that you'd never forget. And we were back, baby, we were back. And as he danced around the trees, he kicked the leaves up from the ground. He said, I was never much from bragging, I knew I'd track you down. Hell, I was right, I was right. That's the cocaine